Hey guys, Luminous here again to illuminate your day. Today we have another nuclear revenge video where we have multiple OPs destroying their enemies. Now let's get right into it. Story numero uno. Irritating vegan temp takes office pranks way too far, so I destroy her entire life paradigm. At the time, I was 27-year-old male, a 7-year war veteran at a large tech corporation, senior designer on the communications team by then. The senior copywriter went on mat leave, leaving a temp in her place. Although irritating in a non-scripted way, she presented well and seemed competent enough. For later context, she was also an Uber dog lover and a staunch and righteous vegan SJW. There were frequent, mutual, and innocent team pranks. Things like replacing a box of Diet cookies with a box of Krispy Kremes, or covering the laser on someone's mouse, like, "Oh, you dog, you got me," kind of things. Now let me fix that and let you go back to work. Being desperate for acceptance, the new temp started to take things a bit far, and seemed to focus pranks directly towards me. Even after a few subtle reprimands from our manager, she continued. Things like slipping inappropriate photos or comments into a PowerPoint presentation on the shared drive I was about to give, or fake crying during morning stand-ups just to gauge reactions. Her novelty wore fast. Fast forward to the morning after my birthday, she knew I was going to be hungover. I get to my desk, red-eyed and thirsty as hell, grabbed my water bottle at my desk, which I always kept full, and started chugging like it was going to save my life. It was straight vodka, at least 2 full swallows before I realized. I go straight from my garbage bin to throw it up, the slurry of alphabet soup, at least 6 cans of beer, and God knows what else she put in there, made damn sure I did hurl. I got most of the vodka out, but already being hungover, it made me instantly drunk again. Was not impressed. She came in laughing her brains out, taking full claim. I didn't narc on her, but the story made it round to HR, and she was given a stern warning. I would have accepted an apology, even remorse, but not a shred. In fact, she started calling me Pukey McGee to literally no one's fanfare. I let it pass for a few weeks, waiting for the attention to die down. Revenge Day finally arrived. She always left at 10 a.m. to get a Starbucks. I took this time to plaster lost dog posters anywhere outside the office she might stumble by on her way back. She fell for the bait, asking around, but no one was the wiser. Once she was cozy at her desk, I went to her car to stage a hit-and-run massacre with chunks of fatty steak, a liter of fake blood, an old leash and collar, and a bag of fake fur. I went to work. I'd share the pic, but it's long gone, but it was very convincing. Looking like a leash was caught around her rear passenger axle and her dog got clogged and shredded between the tire and wheel well. I left the collar dangling out the back with a particular generous portion of gore and a puddle of blood. It didn't take long before others noticed the lost dog posters or the gory car and put 2 and 2 together. Eventually, the owner of a white so-and-so with license plate such and such, please come to the reception, went over the intercom. It's on. It was delicious. She was out in the lot sobbing so hard she was coughing, carefully placing chunks of bloody, furry gore into a box. It took her an hour to gather every precious bit, crying the entire time. My theory was that she wanted to return the dog to its owners as best as she could before calling the number on the poster. It was a shame there was no owner or dog, but she was too distraught to realize it was fake. I thought for sure the lack of bones or guts and obviously fake sticky stage blood would be a near instant giveaway, but to my utter shock, it wasn't. A scenario I was expecting, but welcome just the same. It was just assumed the dog owner had printed the wrong number on the poster because the remains never were returned. She had the collar and leash cleaned and posted posters of her own in hopes of finding the owner. Given her reputation, there wasn't much sympathy offered. The righteous vegan dog lover was now a dog killer, and I took every chance I could to remind her of that. She took down all her gaudy dog liver crap off her desk and kept very much to herself for the remainder of her term. Bonus that she even left early, but not sure if I could take credit for that, certainly. TLDR, office temp replaced my water with straight vodka when I was hungover, so I convinced her and the entire office that she killed her dog. Story numero dos. Racist teacher gets his car burned and career lost. This happened to my dad in the 80s in communist Bulgaria when the government had issues with the Turkish and changed their names, didn't let them in the ruling party, didn't let them guard the borders, and didn't let them talk Turkish. There's also that teacher who hated my dad for being Turkish. Oftenly tried to get my dad in trouble, oftenly failed. That teacher also lived far away from the school, and the bus didn't go there, so he really needed his car. He was stupid enough to tell the class where he lived, important later. A lot of my dad's classmates hated that teacher, so they gathered to break his lights with a slingshot. My dad was going home and went past them. The teacher saw them and they ran away, except my dad, who was far away from them already going home. On the next day, my dad got expelled for it. My granddad was angry. He had loads of rakija and came up with a plan. He went to his home and saw damn fingerprints on the car without even trying to blame the other kids. And the teacher straight away blamed my dad. My granddad, in a fit of anger, made Molotov and burned the car down. The teacher didn't show up in school again since his car burned and lost his career. The only thing I heard from my dad is that the teacher was working as a trash collector. My granddad even threatened the other teachers' cars to be burnt down if they didn't take my dad back for false accusations. They took him back. My granddad was a feared person in that neighborhood, and I have other stories to share about him. Wow, OP, your granddad must seem like a badass. He must be something straight out of Rambo. I applaud to him for what he did because I don't have it in me. And with that story, that concludes today's episode / story of r/nuclear revenge. And this is again Luminos trying to illuminate your day, signing off. Comment below and subscribe. See ya.